Hey, so today was actually a really good day. I got up, got ready for the day, and then I had lunch or breakfast, and then I called Yulet and talked to her for like 45 minutes, and it was so fun. And I think she might come over the summer to stay with us. That would be really cool. And then I worked on Yale application questions and stuff for a little while, and I don't know what else I did. I knitted some, and then eventually I had lunch. We made another stir fry today, and it turned out better than the last time. I didn't get a picture, but it was good, or it was okay. And then at 4, I walked to the bus stop because today I went to the mall again. Well, because the movie that I watched yesterday was at the mall. And so another 50-minute bus ride to the mall, and then I met up with Ainhoa and her boyfriend Tomas, who is Ainhoa I hung out with on Thursday. And I hung out with both of them on Thursday. She's in the equivalent of 10th grade, and she's nice. Today was so much more fun than last time, than Thursday, because, I don't know, I think it's because we were actually doing stuff. We could talk about the things we were seeing as opposed to just talking about things in general, because we went to the mall and we're walking in the stores and everything instead of just sitting in a park somewhere. But it was really fun, and so I was with them for literally 5 hours at the mall. And then they drove me home, and I got home at 10:20. The mall was really fun though, and I did a lot of shopping for Reyes because people exchange gifts on Reyes, not on Christmas. And so now I have all the gifts that I need. So that's nice. That's relieving. That's a relief. I don't know. But then, I came home at 10:20. Oh, but when I was on my way to the bus stop, I saw this cat, and I was like, hey, come here, kitty. And it actually came. It was the first nice cat I've come across since being here, because all the other ones are either scared of me or mad at me. And so this one I was actually able to pet, and it was amazing, and I loved it, and it was great. And then tonight I came home and had dinner. It was pizza and leftover stir fry, and so I had dinner at 10:30, which is probably crazy to you. And then I watched a little bit of Friends, and then I came upstairs and did some knitting, and then I'm making myself record this now before I get too tired, so that I'm not like a zombie in my recording, because I was looking at my editing for Friday, or my video for Friday, and I was way too tired. So yeah, it's midnight, and I'll probably knit for another hour, maybe a little bit less, and then I'll go to bed and read and everything. But that was my day. Hey, so today was a good day. I got up at 11 or 10:30, and then had breakfast and everything, and my breakfast was so good. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. And then I went running, even though I hate morning running, and was reminded again why I hate morning running, because it sucks. And then at 2, I went to the bus station, or the train station. Maribel drove me, which was so nice of her. And I met Casey, because Casey came from Algeciras, which is a 2-hour bus drive, and she's having a sleepover here, and it's going to be great. And so I met up with her, and we tried to get churros, but the churro shop didn't have churros until 4:30. Tell me why a churro shop wouldn't have churros. Anyway, so we just had lunch, and we went to a kebab place, and I had a durum, and she had, I don't know, and it was incredibly good.
Lamakum.
We have no idea how to pronounce it. And then, do you want to be in it?
Okay.
And then we came back to my house so she could drop off her stuff, and and then we walked to this Asian store, and it was the most amazing thing ever, because I've been to a mini one before, but I didn't know that a big one existed. And so we went there, and it was actually so great, and I loved it. And I got mochi and a drink, and it was amazing. The tea was actually so delicious, but then it got to be too much, so I had to throw it away.
My drink was not fine.
Yeah, yours was really artificial and horrible.
But it was great. I loved it. It was amazing. And the mochi was so good. It's covered in sesame seeds on the outside. And so it reminds me of sesame balls. Oh, it was amazing. I mean, I still have some, so I'm very excited to eat those. And then we took the bus to the mall, and we spent like an hour or like 45 minutes in the mall. And then we went to McDonald's, or Macca's as she says it.
Macca's, not Macca's.
And we got her some chips fries, but she says chips.
Chips.
Because she was craving them. And then we got on a bus back home, and it took 50 minutes to get home. And then we had dinner. I rushed through dinner so I could call my family, because I had my family call today, and it was so fun to talk to everyone and see them and everything. And I can't believe I will be home in 3 weeks. Like, in 3 weeks, I will be in my house with my cat. It's gonna be amazing.
Me in 4.
And then so we've known Casey was gonna come over for like a couple days, and so I asked Maribel if she could sleep on the couch, because like, where else is she gonna sleep? We have 2 single beds, like there's nowhere for her to sleep. And so I was like, hey, could she sleep on the couch when she's here? And Maribel was like, no, because if in the middle of the night Gabriel has to go down to use the bathroom and they see each other, I don't want it to be awkward. And I was like, first of all, it's dark. Second of all, there's a wall. Third of all, why would it be awkward? But anyway, so she didn't want her sleeping on the couch. So then we were like, okay, what can we do? Because we can't just top and tail the mattress. Like, we could, but it would be horrible. Her feet would be in my face, and it would be disgusting. And so we were like, okay, then can we take the couch cushions up to my room so that like we can make a little makeshift bed? And she was like, you're not just gonna share a bed? Just share a bed. Like, you're not gonna sleep that much anyway because it's a sleepover. And like, neither of us are Spanish, okay? We like sleep. We're not staying up till 5, okay? And so we're like, but like, is it okay if we take the pillows to make a bed? And she was like, no. She's like, no, just share. You'll be fine. And I was like, but can't we just do what we want? Like, but then we just went back upstairs, and I made a little makeshift bed. What do I have? I have 2 little rugs.
You can show it.
No, I'll insert a picture.
Okay, my bad.
I have 2 little rugs, and then I have 2 blankets, and then I have 1 like thin comforter as the mattress, and then a fitted sheet on top to keep it all together to make it look more like a bed. And then I have a normal sheet and a thin comforter and a blanket on top for warmth, and then my pillow. 2 pillows, because my pillow is half off the mattress. So we'll see how I sleep. I graciously gave her the bed because she's the guest.
Gracias.
But my back will probably break tonight. At least I'm young. But yeah, that was my day. And then now we're gonna watch a movie and eat, because we got macarons, and those are gonna be amazing. And we also have popcorn. And she brought this delicious chocolate from New Zealand because her grandma came and brought chocolate.
No, my dad sent me chocolate as well, and my mom.
Same thing. And so we're gonna have really good kiwi chocolate.
Yes.
But like, not the fruit. It's cherries inside. It's really good.
They're like little gummy things. I don't know.
I'll insert a picture. But yeah, that was my day. I hope you enjoyed this little collab. See you next time.
Hey, so today was a really good day. Casey was still here because we had a sleepover, obviously. And so we got up. I actually slept like surprisingly well. Like, I don't know, it wasn't that bad. I slept until like 11:30. Granted, it was on and off a lot, but still. I slept decently well last night, which was pretty great. So I went to bed at like 2:15 and then got up at like 11:30, so it's not bad. And then we got up and got ready for the day and all that. And then we we got breakfast first because we had a little PJ morning. And so we got breakfast and finished Mr. and Mrs. Smith because that was the movie that we watched last night. And Casey chickened out and we went to bed before finishing the movie. And so then after we finished Mr. and Mrs. Smith, we went back upstairs and got ready and everything. And we were matching today. We wore all blue because why not? And we destroyed all evidence of my bed because Maribel did not know that we made a little makeshift bed for me. Because are you kidding? How would we share my single bed? And then we got ready to go, and we went into the center. We got there at like, I don't know, 1:30, and walked around. No, first we got lunch, and then by the time we finished lunch, which was really good, by the way, then it was siesta time, and so everything was closed, like everything, well, mostly everything. And so we walked around from like 2:30 to 4:30, and I bought something for my teacher. And then we went to get churros, and so we tried to go on Sunday, but they didn't have churros until 4:30, and so we were like, okay, today we're going at 4:30 to get the churros. So we got there at like 4:45 and ordered. We did not get our churros until 5:30. We waited for 45 minutes for our churros. First of all, because I had to fire up the kitchen and get everything ready, but second of all, because the lady gave our churros to the wrong table and then never gave us our churros. So I had to go up and be like, hey, how much longer until we get our churros? Because we were like the second people there, and there ended up being like 15. And all 15 people got their churros before we got ours. And so I went up and I was like, hey, how long until we get our churros? He was like, you haven't gotten it yet? And I was like, no. He was like, okay, I'll bring them to you now. And then I thought he was going to I don't know, give us something for free for our hassle, but I guess that's an American thing. And so he just said sorry, and that was that. That's annoying. And so then we lost a bunch of time where we could have been walking around the center, but whatever. And then we went back and we went to the Christmas markets, and Casey got some stuff for her family. And then we came back home on the bus and had like 10 minutes at home, and then I walked her to the bus stop because she left at like 7:45. She took the bus to the bus station, and then I walked back home and called my dad and worked on the Yale application. And then I got called down to dinner. We had an early dinner at 8:45, and I had burger and stuff. And then I came back upstairs and did various things. I don't know, like edit maybe. And then I went jogging at like 10 because I didn't want to skip jogging today, but I couldn't go before dinner, so I just went after dinner, and it was okay. The recording was messed up, and so I had to do my own jog, and I was like my own coach for the intervals, and it was not so good, but whatever. And then we came back, and Nella took her shower while I edited, and then I took my shower and washed my hair and everything, and I had to dry my hair because my mom thinks I'm gonna get like hypothermia if I don't dry my hair, and so it's like half dry, good enough to not look sopping. And then I'm recording this, and then I will either edit or knit, and then I'll read and go to bed. So yeah, that was my day. Hey, so it's actually the first right now. I was not able to record this yesterday because I was just a little bit busy. But yesterday I woke up and got ready for the day and ate breakfast and all that. Actually, I did not eat breakfast because I had lunch plans with Amalia, Valeria, and Nella to get all-you-can-eat sushi. And so since I woke up at 11 and the plans were at 1, I was like, why eat breakfast? Why not save room, you know? And so we meet up and we go to the restaurant. And turns out, because it's a holiday, the deal isn't happening. And so there's no all-you-can-eat. We just order off the real menu, and it was very disappointing. But at least it was still good. I don't know. It was disappointing. Maybe we'll go next Tuesday because it's like every Tuesday they have all you can eat. So I guess we'll go next week. But then after that, I just went home and knitted and did a couple things I needed to do. And then I started getting ready at 6 because I did not want to be rushed. And I was like, well, I'm not doing anything, so why not start getting ready early? And so I did my hair and makeup and everything, and I actually really love how it turned out. And then in terms of outfit, I went for comfort as opposed to looks. And so for bottoms, I wore leggings and jeans. And then on top, I wore a long sleeve shirt, a sweater, and a coat. So yeah, I was not very dressed up, but at least I was warm. And so then at 8:30, we went to El Campo and had dinner with the family, and we had the grapes and drank champagne, and it was a very Spanish New Year's, and I was wearing red underwear because that gives you luck, supposedly. And so it was really fun. Yeah, and so I have a little video of me eating the grapes that I'll insert.
Pito, Ahuma. Now, hey.
Ahora empieza. Una,
Una, ¿eh?
Insert. But then after that, so we left El Campo at like probably 12:45ish, and then Maribel drove me to the center because I was meeting Spanish friends there. And so I got to the center at like 1, and of course my friends were half an hour late because they're Spanish, and Spanish people are never on time. And so I'm waiting there for half an hour alone, and I was like not enjoying myself. But then my friends get there. At first it was a little bit awkward because I hadn't seen them in a while. But then after a couple hours, it was cool, it was fun, and I saw some other exchange students too, and it was like, there were, like, it was a mess, like, there were plastic bags everywhere. I feel bad for whoever had to clean it up, but yeah, it was fun. We were in the center, and it was like, basically everyone just groups up in their friend group, and you just like hang out and talk. You don't really do anything other than talk. And so it was fun until like 4:30, and then everyone started throwing up because they were sick. And so then after that, then they were kind of miserable, and we didn't do much. And so I went home. I had to walk home because the taxis weren't working, because it was a holiday or something, or because my phone, I don't know. Regardless, like, I couldn't take a taxi. And so I walked home. I left at 5:30. And I got home at like 6, and I talked to my sister a little bit along the way. And yeah, so I got home at like a little bit after 6, and then got ready for bed and everything, and went to bed a little bit before 7 a.m., which is the latest I have ever stayed up in my life, let alone out. So it was crazy. And then I went to bed. So yeah, that was my day yesterday. That was my New Year's Eve. Oh, to New Year's Day. But yeah, that was my New Year's Eve. Hey, so today I slept in a lot because since I went to bed at like 6:50, I did not want to get up early. But actually it was so funny because last night my mom went to bed before me, even though I'm 9 hours ahead of her, because she was sick, and so she went to bed early, and I obviously went to bed late. But anyway, today I got up at 2:30 because I set my alarm for 2:30. I got up and no one was up in the house, and so I was like, okay, I guess I'll just get breakfast. And so I got breakfast at 3, even though we usually have lunch at 3, but I wasn't sure what was happening, and so I was like, well, I don't want to like be hungry, so I'm just gonna have some breakfast now. But then apparently I wasn't supposed to eat breakfast, because then at like 4 or 4:30 we went over to El Campo and had lunch. And so, but like it was fine because I had a small breakfast anyway. But yeah, we had lunch, and it was just like leftovers basically. It was like shrimp, cheese, ham, rice with the ham and egg, and then eggplant. This eggplant dish, it's so great. I love it so much. It's amazing. And then we just hung out there for a couple hours. We were there from like probably 4 to 6:30. We didn't really do anything, honestly. Like, we talked during the meal, but then they started watching a movie, and so like, yeah, I don't know. I think I was just on my phone. I'm not even really sure. And then we came back home eventually, and I just kind of went straight upstairs and called my dad because we had plans to call and work on the Yale application. And so we worked on the Yale application for literally 2 hours. And it was very tiring because I was already tired, but oh well. And so we hung up at like 8:45, and then, no, at 9. And then I went downstairs for dinner immediately after, and I had leftover eggplant dish and some salad and fruit, because you always have to have fruit after the meal. I don't know why. And then I came back upstairs. Oh, I stayed there for a little bit watching TV with them. And then I came back upstairs and got changed to go on a run. And then I went on a run, and even though I was really, really, really tired, I wanted to go on a run just like for consistency, But I went, and it was actually really good. It was really nice. It was like relaxing. Not relaxing, but like cathartic. I don't know. And then I came back and took a shower and everything, and then I called my best friend, and it was so fun. I talked to her for I don't know how long, but it was really fun. And then I listened to my audiobook and knitted, and then eventually I went downstairs to fill my water bottle, but they were watching Descendants, so I joined them because Descendants is amazing. And so I stayed downstairs with them for like, I don't know, 45 minutes or maybe an hour watching Descendants, and then at 2:10 they decided to go to bed, so then I am too. So yeah, I came upstairs and I'm recording this, and then I will read and go to bed. But yeah, that was my day. I can't believe that I'm going to bed at 2:15, and that's over 4 hours earlier than I went to bed yesterday. Like, my sleep schedule is so like crazy right now. Like, when I get back to school, it's going to take so long to like fix my sleep schedule. But anyway, yeah, that was my day. Hey, so today was an interesting day, to say the least. I got up at, I don't know, like 11:30, because I stayed up late. Well, I already said that. I stayed up late watching the movie with Maria and everyone. But I got up at 11:30, and then I got breakfast. I had oats. I had a massive bowl of oats, and it was amazing. I put apple in it and cinnamon, and it was delicious. And then, I don't know what I did. I knitted, and I watched TV, and I listened to my audiobook, and then eventually I had lunch. I had lunch really late. I had lunch at like 4:30 probably, which is honestly like when my mom eats dinner. But yeah, so I had lunch at 4:30, and then I came upstairs, and then I edited, and then I called my dad for a while about the Yale application, or not that long actually. I called my dad briefly about the Yale application questions, and then I was in a horrible mental state. Like, I had no motivation to do anything. Like, it was horrible. And so I called my mom, because I was like, I should go on a run, but I don't want to. So then if I call my mom, then maybe she'll make me go on my run, And so I called my mom, and I swear, it took over 50 minutes for me to muster up the motivation to go running. It was bad. But then I finally went, and I went on like a tempo run, I think it was called, and it was good. It ended up being good. And then I came back and took a shower and washed my hair, everything, and then I went down to dinner and had dinner. It was good. It was tortilla de patatas and salad and ensaladilla, and it was cool. It was good. And then I came upstairs and worked on the application questions a little bit more, but I wasn't really sure what to do. And then I went downstairs and joined Maria, Maribel, and Nella, because they were talking, I don't know, they were having a conversation, and so I joined their conversation. It was really fun. We were talking about how to differentiate the different Asian people, and so we would guess, someone would show a picture, and it was either a Korean, Japanese, or Chinese person, and we would have to guess who it was. And I think, me and Maria tied in the end, but we were the two best ones. See, the Chinese people I can figure out. I think I got all the Chinese people right, but the Koreans and Japanese, that's a little bit harder. But it was fun. And then we tried Norwegians, Finnish, and Swedish. I had no hope of that. I purely guessed. But it was cool. It was fun. And then we were talking about our languages and stuff. And then now I'm coming upstairs because it's 1:30 and I want to go to bed. Especially because tomorrow I can't sleep in as long as I want. I can still sleep in a lot, but I have a bus at 12:45, so I have to plan for that because I have to take a bus to the bus. It's a whole thing. But yeah, and also today I knitted some. I knitted. And I finished my glove, and it fits so much better. It's snug like a glove should be. It stretches to fit my hand as opposed to just having extra fabric. I don't know. So I really like it, and it's not quite perfect, but it's good enough. I like it. And I was wearing it today as I was editing, so that was cool. But yeah, that was my day, and I guess it's Friday, so that was my week too. Hey, so it's actually Saturday, but I was a little bit busy yesterday. But yesterday I got up at like 10:30 and then had breakfast and then went to the bus station, which is right next to the train station. And I tried to catch a bus to the bus station, but like I missed it, and then the next one was 10 minutes late, and so then I was like rushing to get to the bus station, and so I was walking super fast for literally no reason, because then I got to the bus station and my bus was like 5-10 minutes late, and so I was waiting there for 10 extra minutes, so I did not have to rush, but oh well. And then I got on the bus and then I rode 1.5 hours, honestly more like 2 hours, to Algeciras, because that's where Casey lives, and then I met up with her and went to this really cute cafe, and like with really good food, and it was really cheap too, and I had a chai latte and it was actually so delicious. And so that was our lunch, and then we just like walked around the city, but unfortunately it was siesta time, and so there was like nothing open, but we just kind of walked around. We got dessert. I got this pistachio bun and it was really good, but it was so sweet, oh my gosh, it was crazy, but it was really good. And then we went to El Corte Inglés, which is just like this huge department store, and wandered around there for a couple hours, and then by the time we were done with that, then siesta was over, and so we walked through the like center, and I saw some lights. They have this big old Christmas tree with like cool different colored lights on it. And yeah, we just kind of walked through downtown, and then we took the bus back to Casey's house, and I met her host sister and then the rest of her host family later. And then we went to get dinner. I've been wanting to try patatas bravas because apparently it's a very typical Spanish food that I've never even heard of before, or I had never even heard of before Casey told me about it. And she's like, oh my gosh, you've never had them, you have to try them. And so then we tried getting them for dinner, but the place didn't have them. But they were like, but we have this potato cheese bacon dish, do you want that? And we were like, sure. And so yeah, I had that. And like my stomach was already a little bit upset from all the dairy, and the cheese I'm sure did not help, but it's okay. So like it was fine. It was good, but it was like really unhealthy, and I don't know, I feel like I've been eating too unhealthily lately. But then we just kind of chilled there for a little bit, and then we went back to her house, and we did each other's makeup. So I did my makeup style on her, but it didn't quite work because she didn't have blush and I forgot bronzer. But I did my makeup style on her, and then she did her makeup style on me, and it was cool. It was a very typical like girly sleepover. It was great. The only thing that would have made it better is if we did skincare, but oh well. Or like painted our nails or something. I don't know. But then we washed off the makeup because like it was okay, but it wasn't our style, you know? And also like it was, I don't know, like 11 o'clock at that point. And so we washed it off, and then I let her try the Trader Joe's knockoff Takis, and she liked it because of course she did, because they're amazing. And then we watched Home Alone 2. Amazing. It was great. And we watched Home Alone 2, and I was so tired. Oh my gosh. I think I fell asleep for literally 5 seconds at one point, and then I woke back up. But yeah, I was very tired. And so then after that, we just went straight to bed and then chatted for like half an hour. But yeah, so it was very fun. Yeah, that was my day, and I guess that was my week too.